Let's come back to our positions. Let's stand by.
Welcome to tonight's game.
Our background.
Boys and girls, yeah, the mic's on. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. That's what I want to know. Welcome back to tonight's Rum Show. Coming up in tonight's Rum Show, it's just me flying solo. I was going to give Trevor some banter, but Kevin's already gone in there before me. So I'm going to be all sympathetic to Trevor. Trevor was going to join me tonight. He's come down with the old dreaded COVID, so it's me flying solo tonight. Shame. You guys love it anyway. So coming up in tonight's show, I'm going to roughly stick to what we planned. I've got a couple of little swerves in there as well. But this week's Dram of the week, I'm actually just going to be doing one of these. I've got Dictador Insolent or whatever you want to call it. That's this week's Dram of the week. This week's Rum of the week, I am still going with Pussers 15-year-old. Why the hell not? It's been sitting here. We've been threatening to do it for a couple of weeks now. So I'm going to be doing that. I have got Trevor's cocktail that he submitted probably 3 months ago now. Maybe 2 months ago. I don't know how it was. The Opposite and a Gentian. And because we're not having a Mai Tai off, I've kind of gone off book a little bit. I've come up with another cocktail to do today. And I'm going to do the Missionarys Downfall. So that's going to be this week's cocktail of the week. So the lineup looks roughly like that. We'll do the Dram in a few minutes. Members cocktail, 8:20, 8:30 cocktail time. 9 o'clock is the rum tasting. Knowing me, probably about 20 minutes past 9. And then 10 o'clock, we all disappear, or the members disappear into the Discord area, and we have our little after show party videos on at 10 o'clock. So thanks for coming. Who have we got in the old chat? Let's say hello to people. Kevin's here, Ross is here, Lee's here, Neil's here, Nick's here. Justin, Andy, Christine, David. That's a face I don't think I recognise. A name I don't think I recognise. He's on the OFTD. Awesome. Hello, Mike, Claire, Stefan, Windy, Fishing the Beauty, Ross, Ken's here, Darren's here, Old Bones. Guys, loads of you. William, Decky Doughty, Nick's here, John S is here. Brilliant, loads of you. If you're new here and you've never commented before, say hello in the comments. Let me know where you are. But even better still, before the Canadian Mafia come in, smash that like button. Go on, that really helps me put this video in front of more of the Rum family. So smash that like button while you're down there. That would be awesome. Thank you very much. I got it right this week. Every time I go for that week, don't I? But I guess it's kind of right. Look, if I stand here, there we go. So this week's gossip. I had a good film day yesterday. It's the first time I've been filming for probably close to 3 weeks now in here. I think that was. I've lost track. Definitely 2 weeks. So I did a big filming day, but I've spent the last couple of weeks sort of planning and going through stuff in my head. I think I'm going to come down to 1 video a week, 1 main video a week, and that's going to drop Tuesdays because the Tuesday videos do really well. The Thursdays videos kind of tank a little bit. However, what I'm going to do, I have recorded a members video. So this is on Thursday, every other Thursday, so 2 a month. I've got a sort of, I think this one's about 50 minutes, maybe 55 minutes members video that will drop this Thursday. Kind of a little bit behind the scenes, exclusive tastings and cocktails. And that's going to form the cocktail book. So I've filmed half of this month's cocktail book. So that will drop on Thursday, and then a normal video as always on Tuesdays, and then obviously the live on Sundays. So that is my bit of gossip. Trevor, if you are watching, I don't think you'll get involved in the comments, but if you are watching, get well soon, mate. I hope the palate doesn't disappear, otherwise you'll have to go back to whiskey or gin, won't you? So if we've got any other banter, any other comments on there, Mrs. Barber's tested positive as well. Jeez, Nick's got a cocktail in there. James, hello James, hello. I better say hello to Sam as well. James and Sam, how you doing? Smash that like for Trevor. We love a long video. So, as I say, if you are new here or if you are watching and you've never commented before, throw a little comment out there. Let us know where you are. Let us know what you're drinking. Let us know what your favourite rum is. And if you have got any questions, it's that one, isn't it? No, it's that one. There we go. If you have got any questions, start your comment with question in capital letters, and I will try and answer it. There was a couple of you in the comments. If you've commented on any of the recent videos, and I said ask it in the live stream, if you're here, ask the question tonight, because I'll be in that zone to. They're kind of the lengthy ones. When I get lengthy comments, I kind of leave that for live show. So yes, if you've got those questions, then let me know. Right. So let's crack on with this week's Dram of the week. Me and Trevor, I think Trevor has this one, which is the Perpetual. Well, I know he has this one. I'll rephrase that. I know he has that one, and we were definitely going to do that. And I don't know whether he has that one, the Insolent. So I'm going to leave that, because I know he's definitely got that. I'm going to leave that for another time. And I'm just going to do the Dictador Insolent tonight. Now, there is a caveat to this, because I do try and focus this channel on rums under £50. And both of the rums I'm doing tonight are well over £50. So you can blame Trevor for that, because he was the one that wanted to do them. Even this. So this is the more expensive one out of the two. This is £92 a bottle. All right, 92. And I haven't even looked at the price of the Pussers 15-year-old, but the last time I looked was about 60 quid. I might have a little, I don't think I've got the price written down here of that. I'll have a look later in the Pussers. No, I haven't written it down. See, they're quite expensive rums, so it's not normally something I would cover. But, you know, Trevor wanted, so we were doing it, so you can blame him for the expensive rum choices tonight. So yes, Dictador XO. Hang on. Oh, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself here. I've got to do this for the old timestamps. Dram of the week. There we go. Flash that on screen. Brilliant. Right. So, now, I'll give you a little close-up of this, if I've got this in the right order. Is that the right order? Right, so that's what we're looking at this precise moment. I keep doing that the wrong way, I'm mirrored, didn't I? So that's what we're looking at this precise moment. Okay, £92, Dictador XO. I've got a little bit of blurb to read you here, but I just want to get this out of the way first, because I think they've rebranded for different markets, because I think now in some markets, the bottle looks like that. So that was pre-COVID, that is post-COVID. However, I think they've actually rebranded again, because I don't think they've come out with a different rum. I think it's actually rebranded and renamed for a different market. This is what it's called now, and I think it's Platinum. And bearing in mind, this one, the Perpetual, is now called Aurum, A-U-R-U-M. So I think whether that's all markets or whether that's just the US market or whatever market, I don't know. But on their website, Dictador website, that is all they've got. So this is, as far as I'm aware, is now called the Platinum Silver. All right. So yeah, that's as far as I don't even know who imports it now. It used to be Hayward's, as in DMF, but I think they got rid of it just before COVID. So I don't know who imports it these days. I haven't really got those facts. Anyway, I'll come back to those in a second. So let me just read you the bit of blurb I've got there, and I'll flick back to this one just in case. There we go. The bit of blurb I've got: Dictador Platinum. Yeah, see, it's already on the website, but it does finish off, so bear with me. Dictador Platinum is made from the first pressed sugarcane honey that is fermented for 60 hours and then 30% pot and 70% column distilled. So in that sense, it's kind of like a blended rum. It is aged in a combination, I like this bit, it is aged in a combination of ex-bourbon, ex-port barrels and charred charred port casks to give them the rum the sweet and smoky flavours of the oak. So I'll say that again. It's a combination of ex-bourbon, ex-port barrels and ex-charred port casks to give the rum those sweet and smoky flavours from oak. By carefully hand-selecting the barrels from each year's vintage, the master blenders marries together these unique liquids to create a beautiful blend that is XO Insolent. So they start off the paragraph with Dictador Platinum, but they finish off the paragraph with XO Insolent. So I can't really clarify whether they have rebranded, whether that's a typo or what they've done for all markets, but I'm pretty sure that when it starts to come back available in the UK, it may look like that. So, right, before I get tasting, there's some long comments here, so have a look at this. Stefan's drinking Heaven Above. Who is at the level? Yeah, who is? I think I asked this last week, but who would dump £100 on a bottle of rum? That's what I want to know. We did ask that last week, but this week, let's get a thumbs up or thumbs down in the comments. Would you dump £100 on a bottle of rum? Claire's is 75. Kevin's up. Would you go up another 25? Look at Kevin diving in the questions. Keep going, Kev. I like that. Master of Malt has Drams. Yeah, Kevin. Henry. Hey, Henry, how are you? Right, cool. So, right, there's a couple of things to sort of dive into this. I need to get the Rum X up as well for this. Rum X, there we go. This, I think, is Solera, kind of aged and blended. So that kind of means it goes from barrel to barrel, and then they draw from the bottom barrel, they keep topping up from the barrels above it, and then they top those barrels up with the barrels above that. So it's a Solera system rum. But from what I know, I think this is, there's no dosage in this. I don't think there's any sugar added, if I'm correct. It certainly says unsweetened on Rum X, and these guys are normally pretty good at being accurate with these sort of things. The age statement is, because there's no age statement on here as well. We've got rums. I think there's one. It says it on here. It says less than 35 years old, but I think there's one really kind of long-aged rum in here, and the rest are obviously like a couple of years. There's be like 10, 12, 15-year-old rums. It's kind of how Solera systems work. So there's no age statement for a reason, because it is Solera. So they've got a whole mix of all rums going on there. Right, I need to click my magical taste it button. Right, just before I go any further, this has been rated 45 times on the Rum X app. And so this app, for those of you that are joining us for the first time, Rum X, that's kind of what I use. Available in Europe and the UK and all that. It will be coming to Canada and the US later this year. And Oliver, if you are watching, hello Oliver. Oliver, big shout out to Oliver. He's the guy, Stuttgart, he's the guy behind this. And he tells me he's just quit his job now to go sort of full time on this app because it is awesome. So hopefully this will be available to you guys over in the States and Canada very, very soon. Let's go back to this. Right, so 45 people have rated this and reviewed it so far, and it's averaged 82 out of 100. That's quite a high score. 45 ratings, 82 out of 100. Stefan's 100s, going back to there. Kay's most expensive. Hey Kay, how are you? Most expensive is 65. That's cool. Right, so we can get on with that. This is a 50ml bottle, so I've got a little bit more to play with in this one. 40% ABV, by the way. Right, let's click the magical taste it buttons. Right, so, because normally my little Dram bottles are 30ml, so I kind of like, I'm leaving half of them, then you can see that. Kind of leaving half because I want to revisit. So this one, I've got a bit more to play with tonight. So I've got 50ml. I've got a 50ml double bubble in there to play with. Right, let's do, is that about right? Oh, well, that's enough. There's still, it's probably about a third of a bottle I've just done there. That's nice. I like 50ml Drams. 50ml Drams are awesome. Right. So, first off, if you've never seen this before, I have to do the old colour chart. So, hopefully I can spin this round. Can we see this? If you've never done the old colour, is that? See, look, that's what it kind of looks like. So, I think that comes all the way down here by the looks of things. I think that's at the bottom. Is there anything above that? Treacle. See, that's where I'm not kind of sure that's right, because that, I wouldn't say that's treacle, but that is kind of there on the colour scheme. That last one. Bearing in mind that, I don't know. Let's get the Pussers 151 out. I reckon that's you know, that's definitely treacle. So I'm not sure that is treacle. I would probably have to take that up a little bit. I'm going to go sort of mahogany on that, I reckon. Sort of mahogany. Right, let's put that back. Right, mahogany, there we go. That'll do. Right. Thinking of a party. Claire's organising her social life while we're here. So, let's go for the old nosing. Let's have a little whiff on here. I've got the tasting. I've got the old Rum X app on the screen there of what people have already kind of reviewed it. But I kind of want to do this. Cool. It's got quite a punchy smell on it. So, people have smelt vanilla, caramel, toffee, cream toffee, chocolate, cappuccino, honey, marzipan, and then a general kind of sweet on there. Now, I definitely get chocolate off that, and I definitely get toffee. Although I would say there's a little subtle hint of espresso on there for me. Marzipan. Do I get marzipan? I tell you what I get, not toffee. I kind of get burnt toffee. I would sort of narrow that down to, I don't know what cream toffee. I don't know, not sure about that, but I kind of burnt toffee notes. I definitely get that. Oh, cappuccino. That's sort of where the coffee notes. Sorry, I missed the cappuccino there. Again, I would sort of class that more coffee espresso. I'm not sure about the old cappuccino malarkey. Honey. Maybe. I don't get the marzipan off that at all. Sort of almond notes. For those of you who don't know what marzipan is, I don't get that at all. And I wouldn't actually say it smells that sweet. Vanilla. For me, the big notes on that are kind of burnt toffee, a little bit of chocolate, and a little bit of coffee. And the toffee is giving it that sort of sweetness. That's kind of what I'm going with that. Smells lovely. Right, so let me add those onto the app. See, no one's put this either. The first one's come up a lot woody in that. Definitely, I don't get any sort of woody vibes off that. Roasted leather, no spices, no nutty, no nothing like that at all. So I'm going to have to search for these. Toffee. Definitely toffee. What else did I say? I agreed with. I'm going coffee. I'm not going cappuccino. Cappuccino's a bit too specific for me. Coffee. Chocolate, definitely want some chocolate. Ooh, dark chocolate, milk chocolate. I'll potentially go dark chocolate on that. for me. Floral, no. Vegetal, no. Earthy, no, not really. I don't get anything like that coming off it. Sweet honey. No, I'm gonna stick with those. I'm gonna stick with those three. Fruity, dried fruit. No, I can't justify, for me, I can't justify those. Right, so and these are our scores. So again, we've got the little sliders for those of you tuning in for the first time. The little sliders there, I'll give you the categories in a minute, but let's score out of 5. So I'm going to run through these. Fruitiness out of 5. 1, if that. Floral, nothing actually. Spices, no, nothing really. Woody, nothing. I've got the little flavour map here already of what people have done. I just want to see if I agree with that. Woody, roasted, no. I don't know how to classify that on the nose. Spices, no. Floral, no. Woody, no. Roasted, no. Round, I'd say it's rounded, so I'll give that a 2. What's people done then? Fruit is scored an average of 2. 2 out of 5. Well, I've given it 1. Floral has scored an average of 1. Okay. Sweetness has scored, that's really bizarre. Sweetness has scored an average of 0 out of 5. Rounded's quite high, fair enough. Roasted, woody, spices. Yeah, they're all quite low actually. It's rounded, it's scored highest, which would be the same for me. Okay, I'm happy with that. Right, let's go on and taste this. Right, let's get on and do the old taste. Wow. That is beautiful. That is lovely. The first taste I get off that, I really get the port casks. I think it was port, wasn't it? Port or sherry? I'm going port. I swear it's port. Yeah, export barrels and port casks. That really comes up. That is the first big taste there. Rum, definitely. This is quite weird because it has got that element of sweetness, but that will come from the Solera aging. I'm pretty convinced there's no dosage, no sugar added to this. But obviously Solera aging does kind of, and the port casks will give it kind of that little sort of rounded sort of sweetness to it. But that is absolutely gorgeous. Oh, this is going to be a tough one because instantly I'm already thinking, what was the price of this? 92? 92 pounds? This potentially could be one of the favourites I've done on this tasting. That's amazing. I love that. Right. Let's get down to business. Vanilla, caramel, toffee, sweet, coffee, spicy, mild, soft cream toffee. No one said port, which is quite bizarre. I really do get the port coming out of this. Massively get port. Spicy, no. Mild and soft, yeah, I agree with that. The cream toffee, my immediate reaction was fudge. Kind of like a plain fudge. That's kind of what I taste off that. Caramel, a tiny bit of caramel affair. I suppose there is little hints of vanilla. Kind of, the top note really does kind of sort of almost take me to spiced rum territory, which would be vanilla. That's kind of what I'm thinking. But I wouldn't say it's heavily vanilla. For me, definitely port first and foremost. That is gorgeous rum. Wow. I'm really impressed by that. Right, let's get on and take, right, let's do the tasting notes of this. Let's see if anyone's ever done port on here. Yes, someone has done port. Awesome. So port I'm adding. Fudge. I want fudge. Fudge. Definitely want fudge. Spicy. No, I don't agree with the spicy. I really don't agree with that. I can see the comments flying through. I personally don't get coffee either, he says. Oh, that's interesting. Just hit the side of the gum there. That is so easy to drink. That's dangerous. That is very, very dangerous. No, I don't think I do get coffee. There's a little side note coming off around the gums down there. I don't know quite what that is. It's kind of a little bit bitter, but My head doesn't go to coffee. I'm not, no. I don't know. I'm sticking with port. I've put fudge. I'm vanilla. I would agree with vanilla. I'm going to go vanilla. I'll come back to, I can see a couple of comments, so I'll come back to them in a second. Vanilla. Anything else on here? Fruity, dried fruit, tropical fruit, citrus? No, none of those. No, I'm not agreeing with that. I suppose port, you could kind of put fruity sort of dried fruit in there, like those sort of cherry notes. But for me, it's very reminiscent of port. I wouldn't immediately go to like dark berries on that. I'd go port. Woody, chocolate, roasted, leather, spices, nutty, sweet, caramel. Yeah, I kind of had to justify the sweet because it has got a sweetness to it. Oh, Demerara, oh Christ, these all get broken down now. Demerara sugar, honey, brown sugar, burnt sugar, marzipan, molasses. What sort of sweet is it? So I wouldn't quite go syrupy because I think that's kind of doing it a disservice. It's not syrupy at all. Candied fruits, burnt sugar, brown sugar. I'm going to go brown sugar. Brown sugar or honey? Oh, that's tough. Maple. I think I'm going to go brown sugar or Demerara sugar. This is a tough one. I'm going to go Demerara for me. Done. Right, locked in. Locked in. Right, let's go back and give these the old scores on the doors. Sweetness. Now, this is where this gets controversial because I'm going to give this potentially a 4 out of 5 for sweetness. But it's a nice sweetness. It's not a cloying, artificial sweetened rum. But it has got that lovely kind of sweetness to it. Completely opposite to something like the Foursquare. Completely opposite to like the Flor de Carne 18-year-old. Completely opposite to the El Dorado 12. Completely opposite to that. I would put in a different sort of sense. I would put it kind of on par with Plantation XO. But Plantation XO, the sweetness comes from the fruit. It's kind of really heavy sort of coconut, banana, tropical fruit notes that bring the sweet out in that, where it's the port that brings the sweetness out of this. So that's why I'm calling it 4 out there. I've just looked up here. It's scored an average of 2. That's nuts. It's got to be sweeter than that. Unless someone they're tasting a completely different rum. It has to be sweeter than a 2 out of 5. I'm sticking with my 4. Right, fruitiness. Again, 2. I'm going to go 3 because I think it is the fruitiness of the port, if you know what I mean. It is those sort of rich berry notes, but I'm classifying that as port. Right, floral. No. Spices. I suppose if we're going vanilla, then I suppose that's technically kind of loosely under a spice. So I'm going to go 1. Woody. I'm going to give it a token 1, but very, very minimal. Roasted, again, token 1 round. I think that's quite rounded. I'm going for 3 for that. So what are people going? Fruit 2, floral 1. I've put 0. That's fine. Spices 2. I've put 1. Woody 1, and I've put 1. Okay. I'm just going to stick with 1. I'll agree with that. Roasted. I was thinking I should come down if I've gone above on every other category. I was thinking I should come down on the woody, but no, I'm going to stick with that. Roasted, I've put 1 and it's scored an average of 2. And then rounded has scored an average of 3 and I've put 3. Okay, I'm happy with that. Right, lock that in. The finish. It's kind of a long finish on it, actually. I've still got the port notes going down. Long. What's people put for the finish on here? The finish, chocolate, caramel, roasted, brown sugar. Brown sugar. Okay, I went with Demerara. Sweet, velvety. That's a nice word. Velvety. Velvety smooth. I like that. Warm, dark chocolate, spicy. Yeah, I agree with those. I've just hang on. Well, I don't agree with all of them. I'm going for that fudge. I'm putting fudge back in. Fudge. Oh, can't spell it. F-U-D. Fudge. I'm also going for. I'm going to stick with my. What sugar did I do? Demerara. I'm going to stick with my Demerara sugar. chocolate. Velvet. I like that velvety word. That's a good buzzword. That's one new buzzword. Velvety. Sweet. Yeah, we'll go for sweet in there as well. Chocolate. I don't get chocolate. Roasted. I don't get roasted. No, I'm happy with that. Done, done, done. Locked in. Right, now we've gone for the scores out of 100. This is where it gets right. So don't forget, right? So 70 to, hang on, 70, where is it? Yeah, 70 to 79 is good. 80 to 89 is very good. 90 to 99 is excellent, with 100 being perfect. For me, I think this has to go in the excellent. This, for me, is a stunner. There's another little tip. I've still got half a bottle in there. The lid don't do up properly. Oh no! Right, that can go back up there. I'm going to put it. I'm going to put it on 91 if I can settle there. Just over excellent. Oh, it's where it doesn't settle. 92. Oh, it's on 92. 92 or 90. What can I do? Yeah, 90. That'll do. 90. I'm giving that a strong 90. That's amazing. Right. Lock that in. Save. The question is, would I spend £92? Do you know what? I think that's a birthday treat. Christmas treat. It's very dangerous, because if you've got that, you are just going to grab it and drink it. That is stunning. I love that. But at that price, you can't, well, most of us can't afford to just guzzle that every single weekend. But it's too good just to kind of have the occasional sip. That is tasty. I'm a big, big fan of that. Big, big fan of that. Oh, £92 on a rum. Ho, ho, ho. Right, let's go back for these. I did see a question somewhere, and I'll come back to that. Well, I'm trying to scroll back for it. So Claire's talking about a birthday. I've skipped past all that. Insolent, Fishing with Beauty. Insolent in Germany is 87.69 euros. So that's not too far off. Euros. I don't know what euro is now to a pound. It's not far off. Equal. Pussers rum cake for your birthday. Right, Ash. Hey, Ash, how are you? Ken, Claire, you need 4 square, 151 cake. Right, we're still talking about birthdays. There was a question somewhere. I can't find it at the moment. 4 square for the win. Kevin, do we see an 85 plus score? I think we do. I think we do. That's my Bluetooth speaker going off. Question. There it is. William, can you explain Accelerate? Yes, I can, and I'll try and dumb it right down for you in a second. Can you nail the demo? No, I'm not going to nail the Demerara joke. You have to go and watch the ODK stream for that. Do you know what? I think, well, it's out of stock at the moment. I think it's out of stock. Hang on. Oops, wrong screen. There we go. Master of Maltage. Where are we? Oops, wrong thing. Where's my drinks? There it is. Master of Malt. I think this is out of stock at the moment on Master of Malt. And it doesn't say out of stock. It just says, I forget what it says now. Dictador. Right, there we go. What does it say? Lines by Dictador. There we go. It says, what does it say? So, right, the Perpetual, the gold one, is in stock, and I can buy that. The gold one says sold out. Right, now when Master of Malt puts sold out on it, that normally means that it's not coming back. However, they have got to notify me when back in stock. I think the whole reason they've put sold out on it is because it will go from that to that. That's what I'm guessing. Or at the very loose, from that to that. So yeah, watch this space on that. I think the whole reason it's sold out is because it is going through that transition at the moment. But yeah, I think I would potentially add that. 90. I've just destroyed my channel because I keep saying we're focused on rums under 50 quid. And now I'm looking at double that. It's a special occasion rum. Special occasion. I really like that. Really, really like that. Right, Solera. William, let's put this on screen for you, William, because I can do that. Let's go back to that chat. Where's William? Where's William? Where's William? Hang on, where has it gone? I want to put it on. William. Ken, yo, bro, does it compare to anything? Right, where's it gone? Right, there it is. Question. Show. Boom. Right. Yes. So William's asked, can you explain the Solera aging system? Right. So the Solera aging system is quite easy to understand, but it's quite hard to explain, especially for me. Right, Solera. Imagine a ton of barrels sort of stacked up on each other. So you've got, I've got nothing to kind of potentially, oh no, you can't see that. So I've got little shot glasses as barrels, right? So all these barrels are filled up with rum, okay, in the bottom, the same sort of rum. So they'll have a, like, what do you call it, a distillation run, and they'll fill these barrels up with rum, okay? They'll then have another distillation run, and there'll be barrels stacked up on top. It's how the diagrams do it. To be fair, the rums might be dotted around all around the flipping warehouse, okay? So, you know, but in traditional terms, how they were all stacked on top of each other like that. They're probably not now. They are kind of, maybe in different warehouses these days. It doesn't really kind of mean stacked on top. But, so you've got your barrels like that. They'll then fill up the barrels on top, and then they'll fill up the barrels on top there. So as we go, the older ones, the ones at the bottom are always the older ones, okay? So what they do is they draw rum, they'll fill up bottles from the barrels on the bottom, and then they'll use the barrels on top to fill up the barrels at the bottom, and then they'll use the barrels on top of that to fill up the barrels in the middle, if you know what I mean. Now, there could be like 4 or 5 different layers. There might even be 6 or 7 different layers. You know, Solera aging can be infinite. It can be like 10 different batches. It doesn't have to be 3, sort of stacked like that. But all the time, taking from the bottom and then adding from the ones above it. So it's kind of the rum from there will go down to there, the rum from there will go into there, and so forth. So they keep distilling, adding rum to the top one, taking rum from the bottom one, and it goes like that. So you've all the time got this whole blending process going on to kind of do that. So some batches will be completely different unless they can absolutely nail the exact quantities that going into each barrel at each time. But that's essentially Solera aging. The rum community, the rum geeks don't really like it, but you know what? I've tasted some overpriced ones, but like Ron Zacapa. Is that right? Ron Zacapa's Solera. Is that right? Of course it is. Yeah. Got a mental block now. Yeah, Ron Zacapa is Solera aged. And again, because it's this, I think it says 23 on it or whatever, I've forgotten now, mental blocks. But that, you know, it was kind of, they were trying to sort of tell you it was a 23-year-old rum, and it wasn't. But they have like rebranded, they have put Solera aging on it now. But for me, that's still very, very expensive for the rums they do actually using it. But yeah, that's, so that's hopefully William, very, very loosely, very, very dumbed down kind of Solera aging. Old traditional days, barrels were kind of lined up and stacked on top of each other. These days, you could have barrels sort of standing upright like that. You could have sort of 10 in that corner, 10 in another corner over there, another 10 2 miles down the road, another 10 like 3 miles down the road, and they take rum from one to the other. They don't have to be stacked on top of one another these days, but some do, some don't. So kind of like the sherry, it's how sherry and port are kind of done as well. It's where it all comes from. All right, so hopefully that has answered that. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Trevor's here. He's alive. He's alive. Hello, Trevor. Trevor, we've just done I've done that one because I'm not sure whether you had that one. So I kind of left the perpetual because I didn't think you had that, and I know you've got the perpetual, so I've saved the perpetual. But this is flipping gorgeous. The Insolent, absolutely gorgeous. Love that. Right, Christine sold out. Boom, boom, boom. I think we caught up. Hey, Patrick, how are you? Insolent is in stock here. Yes, it was the first expensive rum I bought. Oh, hang on. What, the Insolent? You've got a perpetual, haven't you, Trevor? Or have you got both? Have you actually got both? I'm all confused now. I did the Insolent because I swear to God you had the perpetual, unless you've got both. Oh, he's got it. Right, okay, fair dues. Right, I'm with you. I've got you now. Perpetual went out. So I don't know whether you've come on and said it. I've given it a score of 90 out of 100. I really liked that. So yes, that is that's where I put the Insolent. 90 out of 100. I'm a big fan of that. Really, really big fan. So yes, right. That's that. I'm pretty tasty. Mummy Barman's not getting near that. Mummy Barman, if you're watching, you can buy that as your birthday treat for yourself. Right. Now I'm going to get into cocktail time. So let's put that up. It's this one, isn't it? Is it that one? Members cocktail. Yeah, members cocktail. So tonight I'm still doing cocktail, Trevor's cocktail. As I said, hide that. Let's put that back on. So this is a Trevor's Officer and a Gentian. I've got a really dry mouth today. Right. It's because I was filming yesterday, loads yesterday. Right, so Trevor's Officer and a Gentian. I've got the ingredients here. I've typed it out. Hopefully spelling Gentian. Yeah, I've spelled that right. I thought I put the A and the I around the wrong way then. Right, so Trevor's recipe. We are going for gunpowder proof rum, Pussers. We're going for Giffard ginger. We're going for mango Rubicon. It's that one. Honey syrup 2-to-1. There should be enough just left in there. If not, I've made some honey syrup because I'm going to need some. I needed some honey syrup for the next cocktail coming up. Lime juice, which we've got. Suze. I brought the Suze back. Trevor, he says. Where have I put the Suze? Suze up here. Suze. So think white. Essentially, think white Campari. Suze lovers will hate me for that, but it's essentially what it is: white Campari, or stronger white Aperol. But yeah, it's essentially aperitif, but kind of Gentian route. Okay, and walnut bitters. Now I don't have walnut bitters, but I have got nut bitters which do have walnut in them, so I'm going to use that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 ingredients. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Brilliant. Job's a good one. Just catching up with comments. Yes, Suze is back. Righty ho. This is a flash blended in a rocks glass. So that's what we've got. So let's cracky on. So Pussers gunpowder proof with the dodgy cork. There we go. Boom. Right. So 1.5 ounces of Pussers gunpowder proof. So 45 ml of that. Bit of Pussers gunpowder. Boom. Bomb-proof. Like a bit of bomb-proof rum. There we go. Nice. So Pussers gunpowder proof. 45 ml of that. We're going for 15 ml of ginger. Giffard ginger. Ginger of the Indies. Giffard ginger. So 15 ml, half an ounce of that. This is quite a punchy ginger liqueur as well. It's quite a nice 35% ABV, that one. Right, Suze, half an ounce of Suze, so 15 ml of Suze. Essentially, you know, the best way to describe it is for you guys that don't really know your herbs and all that sort of stuff. It is like a white Campari, but for those of you who do know your herbs, Gentian. That's what it is. It just smacks you in the face of Gentian. Right, so 15 ml of Gentian there. Bright yellow in colour as well. I'm not sure whether you'll kind of pick that up. No, you won't. But bright yellow. The bottle masks it, but it's bright yellow. It's almost like Liquor 43 colour. Right, Suze. Right, let's get down to business. 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice, so 22.5 ml of freshly squeezed lime juice. Mango juice, the old Rubicon, 1.5 ounces, so 45 ml of Rubicon. Nice. Honey syrup. Let's see if I can finish the bottle of this. Half an ounce, 15 ml of honey. I have got some spare. Oh, we're going to be bang on. We're 12, 13. Oh, I think I need a little touch. There we go. Boom. Right. Lovely, jubbly. And these, I haven't got the, that needs to be consigned to the bin. But not before I get some more. I might just keep making I might get a posh honey actually and make my own syrup. I kind of want to play with different honeys. That's what I want to do. Right, I need to prepare. Let's use the chocolate ones. There we go. So what do you say? 2 dashes. 2 dashes of walnut bitters. So that's 1 and there we go. Nice. What do these taste like? Ooh, nutty. Nutty. I don't really play too much with nutty bitters, to be fair. Should do. They're quite nice, actually. Oh, that's quite nice. Right. Crushed ice. And a good old flash blend. And a Pussers cake on the floor. There we go. Nice. Right. 3, 2, 1, 0. Boom. That'll do nicely. It says a rocks glass. So I'm going to use my Mai Tai glass. I think that's about the appropriate size for that. Now let's get that off the old screen now. We've all done that. Hide. Boom. There we go. Oh, we might need to strain that. Rocks glass? That'd never fit in a rocks glass. Never. Right. Bit of, how much ice can we get in here? Right. There we go. That's nice. And garnish. See, I'm looking after you. I know you're ill. I've got some mint here. Garnish. There we go. And what else do you want? Dehydrated lemon and lime. I'm just because you're ill, I'm going to pull all the stops out. Dehydrated lemon. Have I got dehydrated lime? Well, yeah, there's dehydrated lime. There we go, look. I've pulled out all the stops. Right. Then Officer and a Gentian. Cracking name. Cracking name. Love that. What's it taste like? For me, and that is me personally, sorry Trevor, the Gentian really overpowers that. For me, there isn't enough sweetness to kind of 45. I actually can't taste the mango in that at all, which is quite bizarre. I think it needs more rum. No, it doesn't need more rum. I really can't. I think the mango might need. I'm going to add 15ml more of mango. That's really bizarre. The Suze really kind of overpowers that. That's better. Now I taste the mango. Now that's kind of nice. That kind of. I do like the bitter kind of sweet thing. That's not sweet at all, but it's bitter fruity. That's kind of an interesting one to play with your little taste buds. That is. For someone that doesn't really go down the whole sweet, like you know that pina coladas, like your what a sweet rum cocktails have we got? Your rum punches, your sex on the beach, all that sort of stuff. For those of you that don't go down that route and you do kind of love the sort of drier, is that the right word? Drier sort of cocktails. That's really tasty. I'm not sure of that. I'm not sure what Rubicon you get over in there, whether you get our dialed back sweetness Rubicon or whether you get the proper traditional full fat stuff, which we don't get because of the sugar tax. That might be why. Our Rubicon mango is like the dialed back stuff now. It's almost like diet, slimline mango. It's not, but compared to what it used to be. But an extra 15ml. So what did I do? I'm just going to make a note of that. Plus 15. So 1.5 ounces. Yeah, that's right. So did 1 3/4 ounces of mango in there. Mummy Barman, if you want to try. That is there, ready and waiting for you. Right, let's go. There's lots of comments coming in now. 44 watching, and 29 likes. let's get it on the old let's get the old thing on. There we go. Smash that like button. Yeah, come on. Go on, do us a favour, boys and girls. Smash the like button. Yes. 49. Otherwise, the Canadians will come and find you. Right. Attention. Kevin. Right. 40, right. Getting that like or I'll die. Good old Pussers corks. The mince looks worse than me. To be fair, that's nice and fresh mint. Look at that. Oh, here she comes. Look, here she comes. Trevor. Trevor's really ill and he wants to see you today. You've got your makeup on and everything.
Tough.
Come on.
Put that back there.
Give him the raw handle at least. There we go. Christ, feeble, isn't it?
Oh, shut up.
Oh, shut up. Thing.
I agree with them. That mint looks
Well,
dead.
you're not eating the mint. It doesn't look dead. It's green.
does.
It's green. Pipe
Dead.
down.
I like that.
Cool. Her eyes have lit up. Oh, her little eyes. I'll tell you what, Trevor, you've made her little day. Look.
Lovely.
Lovely. She's off. She'll be tipsy later. We might get her on screen. The Pussers gunpowder proof in there. You'll never know. Right. That looks a lot darker than when I made it. What else would I have? Pussers. Well, you put Pussers navy proof rum, so I'm assuming that means the gunpowder proof, which is quite dark over here. It's that. The mango's the same. The Giffard's the same. The honey syrup's the same. Don't know. Might have been the walnut bitters. Don't know. Mango. I reckon it's the mango Rubicon. I reckon just because of the UK sugar tax, I reckon the rest of the world probably gets proper mango or the deluxe mango. So we get deluxe mango in the UK, but I reckon the rest of the world is the deluxe is the proper is the normal stuff. So it might just be the mango. That's what it might be. Right. Let's dive back in here before we go into more cocktails. Stefan piling in with the banter. How do you open Pussers without ruining the cork? You kind of twist, to be fair. Any cork, and it's not just Pussers, but any corks that are kind of with shallower. Right, so the best way to describe this, Pussers, they have, you can't, actually I can show you on here. See that one? Yeah. So the Pussers ones are plastic tops with corks that are kind of glued into them like that. So they're stuck in there. That's the difference. Whereas something like Bacardi, well, that's a rubber cork. That's a terrible one. What's the other cork I'm thinking of? I've got another cork. So something like this, for instance, that's a plastic one as well. But they're kind of sort of integrated into the actual top bit, if you know what I mean. Here we go. Something like this. Something like our turtle friends. There we go. It's kind of it's sort of integrated into the top bit of the cork. So that cork's never coming out, if you know what I mean. Integrated, is that the right word? I know what I mean. But basically you just twist them. Like any cork, like a wine. You know, when you get the wine and a bottle of champagne and all that, you just twist the sort of bottle, twist the cork and you'll be fine. But when you're in a hurry like I was, it just pulls off. Right. That's who that is. Potato the first. Ebas. How do you say that? Ebastua. No, I can't say that. Why can't I say that? Ebasutia. Ebasutia? I don't know. Hello, whoever you are. I'm from the UK. Decky Boy. Sugar tax, Decky Doughty. Cool, it's Decky Boy and Decky Doughty. Question, can you give us a head up on videos coming next week? Can't wait for the ABV comparison videos, doilies, etc. I haven't filmed that. That's going to be, there's plenty of content before coming out there. Henry, what's coming next week? It's kind of a bamboo video, but it's kind of, I found it quite interesting to film it. It's not a flat out review of bamboo. It is, but it isn't. So that, and then there's a members video coming on Thursday. Eldorado has a cork. Yes, Eldorado does have a cork, but it's kind of again, it's the same as Pussers. It's kind of sort of glued into plastic, if you know what I mean, on the top there. It's not an out and out. I haven't got a proper out and out full cork. The turtle juice is the closest I've got. Even the Worthy Park is kind of there. I haven't got a full, proper cork one these days. No. Right. Running fashionably late, 20 minutes. Let's get on to cocktail time. Right, let's get on to this cocktail time. Right, let's ditch that. So tonight's cocktail, I'm just going to pour the rest of my Trevor juice into there because I need the old thingy. I was taking a look at cocktails. Let's come back to that. Boom. I was taking a look at cocktails. It's quick inspiration because me and Trevor were going to do like a Mai Tai off or something. We hadn't really planned it, to be fair, but we chatted about that 3 weeks ago. We were going to do a Mai Tai off. But so, last minute, I've pulled out old Shannon Mustafa's book because I haven't visited that for ages. And I was just scrolling through, and what I came to was her version of the Missionaries' downfall. And I say her version because every other version you will see, and Don Beach's original version, uses peach. And she's put apricot in here. So I'm thinking, do you know what? I love a bit of apricot. I'm going to make that. I'm going to do that, but I'm going to line this up with a couple of different rums. For those of you who've got the book, it is page 30, Missionaries' Downfall, like that. And they recommend, so there we go, page 30. They recommend Diplomatico Planus is the rum, and Rothman and Winter Orchard Apricot. I've never heard of that. Never heard of that. It's a cracking book. I actually really like that. I'll say him. There we are. Shannon. There we go. Right. So, I've kind of, as I'm an apricot fan, I was like, yeah, peach is a bit boring. Let's go apricot. So we're going to do this. Aged white rum. Now I'm going to do this a few different ways. I'm going to go because I'm going to stick to UK. I'm going to rock out my 2 drifters for. It's not really an aged white rum though, is it? I suppose we're going to have to go Dawleys. No, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll do El Dorado. El Dorado 3-year-old. That's cool. We'll do a bit of El Dorado 3-year-old as my aged white rum. Apricot. Come here, little bugger. Apricots. What else do I need? Don's Special Mix. Now, I've kind of made mine up here. Don's Special Mix is a quarter. So if you're doing, how can I do this? If you're making 60 ml of Don's Special Mix, you do 30 ml of grapefruit juice and then 15 ml of cinnamon and 15 ml of honey. Okay, so it's kind of, that's Don's Special Mix. I think it's called Special Mix or Don's Mix, whatever it's called. So grapefruit, 30 ml, 15 ml of cinnamon, 15 ml of honey. So that's what's in there, but I've got enough to do 2 or 3. Pineapple juice, lime, and as this is my cocktail, I'll rock out the fresh mint. That mint was all right, to be fair. There we go. Mint's coming back in season, so we're getting in now. Brilliant. Right. To be fair, that mint's all right. I'll use a bit of that. It's just been opened. That's all. Right. Of course, smells good. Smells good, good. Right, so let's do this first. And I'll keep those ingredients there because I want to do a couple of variations of this. I'm going to do a spiced rum variation as well. So 30 ml. It's not very boozy, this one. 30 ml of white rum. Boom. And I can put that away. So this is El Dorado. El Dorado 3-year-old I'm using in that. I'm going to lose my plantation shot glass. There we go. Right, 30 ml of that. Apricot, 15 ml of apricot. This stuff is banning. Giffard Apricot du Roussillon. So 15 ml, half an ounce of that. Let's leave the lid off so we can do that. Right, Don's Mix, 30 ml of Don's Mix. Remember, grapefruit, 30 ml grapefruit, 15 ml cinnamon, 15 ml honey, essentially. So I've made that there. Pineapple juice is 45 ml, 1.5 ounces. Nice. Lime juice is 15 ml. Brilliant. And then it's 15 mint leaves. I've got some whoppers here. So 1, 2, 3. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There we go. 15. I reckon. Spank the mint, don't we? Spank the mint. Lovely, jubbly. Right. This flash blended. Crazy. Well, actually, I don't think this was flash blended. I think this was proper blitzed. I think this was a proper blitz for 20 seconds, but I'm going to flash blend this. 1, 2. That'll do. Right, lovely, jubbly. Right, flash Slightly longer. We don't want to like really shred the mint up, do we? Really. It's the mint. All the mint's at the bottom here. Right. Let's get the mint in there. Perfect. Right. So this is with the white rum. Now I'm gonna, as I said, before I taste this, I'm gonna make that again, but I'm gonna do spiced rum, and I think the perfect one for this is going to be the gunpowder proof spiced. Pussers gunpowder proof spiced. So that's what I'm doing for this one. So I'm going 30 ml of that. Bearing in mind this is stronger anyway, 54.5%. So this is the spiced rum. It's the only one I'm going to do, but the rest I'm going to do exactly the same. 15 ml of apricot. So 30 ml of Don's mix again. Forgot any more? Or I might have enough to do one more. We'll see. 45 ml of pineapple. 45 ml of pineapple and 15 ml of lime juice. There we go. Right. Oh, and mint. I forgot my mint, didn't I? Forgot my mint. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my ice in first in here. There we go. Bit of ice, and now I'm going to put my mint in. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Loads of mint on the floor. 8, 9, 10, 11. 12, 13, 14. I've just literally seen Trevor's comment about the proper blended. Yes, I think it is. I think it is. Proper NutriBullets, proper blitzed up. By shredding the mint. We don't. Do we shred mint? Do we want to shred mint? I'm not sure. Not sure we really want to shred mint, do we? Right, I'm just going to make sure that's the mint's in there a little bit. Right, here we go. Right, so this is the spiced rum version. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. There we go. Mint stuck to the old thingammy spindle. Right. And I think I might have to go for... We'll go for this one so it's different. There we go. Nice. That's better. Still a bit of mint on the bottom. I don't know. I think obviously, I don't think you're going to extract, well, scientific, I don't know, let's get scientific. Are you going to extract more flavour from the mint if it's blitzed up to blended up like that? I don't think you're going to extract more flavour. You're just going to get lots of sort of minty bits all over. I don't know. A scientist might tell me differently. I don't know. All I know is that Mummy Barman's going to be gutted that she's got Trevor's and not this one. Because this is going to be banging. Right, so the original with white rum. So El Dorado white rum. That's really tasty. That's an afternoon's, because there's not much rum in there. That's an afternoon sipper. And yes, I have seen the question. Who was that? Rustic, that has to be Rachel. Or Sam. I'm going to say Sam and James. It's not Rachel. Rachel won't ask those questions. Sam and James will. Sam and James. Yes, you could use mint syrup. Of course you can, Rachel. I would go, mint syrup's going to make that a bit sweeter. So what I would do, if you were going to use mint syrup, I would combine that in with Don's mix. So I would kind of go, how should we do that? To kind of get your balance, I would go, oh Jesus, that's going to be a tough one. Potentially, to make a batch up, I would go 60 ml of grapefruit juice and then 15 ml of mint, 15 ml of honey, 15 ml of cinnamon. So you're going 60, yeah, is that right? Yeah, so you're going 60 of grapefruit to 45 of syrupy sweet. I think that's kind of how you would balance that out a little bit more. Because obviously with the mint syrup, you're adding sweetness where you've already got sweetness in there. And this isn't that sweet. That's really nice. That's an afternoon summer sipper. If you were in the evening, you'd probably add 60 ml of white rum. Right. Oh, hell, I prefer that all day long. Oh, yeah, that's a winner. Missionary downfall with Pussers spiced. Woohoo! All those spices come out to play. You've got the extra rum kick in there as well. Oh, that's nice. That is really nice. Wow, that's good. That is a little bit of fun. You get plenty of mint up there. You get the honey vibes. You get a bit of cinnamon. I think that could actually do with a touch of bitters, to be fair. But that's really... Two of those. I mean, this is a really, really lovely afternoon sipper. He says, can't get out. That is why you blitz the mint up. Because when you get your straw to the bottom, you can't flip and suck the mint up. Here we go. Right. Decky Doughty. Pussers getting some airtime tonight. Yeah. It wasn't planned. Well, the 15-year-old is planned. I don't know why. It was just the spiced rum. That was it come to mind. I could have done the bamboo. The bamboo's there, to be fair, because I was doing that yesterday. Tomorrow, Tuesday's video could be quite interesting for quite a few people. Yeah, it's not an out-and-out spiced rum review, but here comes the door again. Here comes the door. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, bolshy now, look. She's had a couple of tipples. Look at your eyes glazed over, look. All glazed.
Yeah, very nice.
Very nice.
Not as good as
Not as good as Trevor. Oh, Trevor, she likes you, doesn't she? You're like her favourite. You're like the son she never had.
He knows how to make a cocktail.
He knows how to make a cocktail. I tell you what, Trevor, if you come over to the UK, she'll kick me out and you can stay here. Right. So, let's go back to these questions here. He says, right, hang on. Oh, there's loads of comments. I missed all this. Right, hang on. Sounds like a fun night. I drink bush rums. Bush rums are a real cork. They sort of are. The bush rum's cork there, but again, it's kind of glued into wood there at the top. So that bit's not cork. And right, Las Iguanas serve vanilla Mai Tai. That's easy. Just use vanilla spiced rum. That's all that is. That's easy. Vanilla Mai Tai, or vanilla instead of demerara syrup in a Mai Tai. Swap it to vanilla syrup. There's two easy swaps there. Oh, we're properly blending the mint. I drank half of mine before it broke. Gutted. Of course, lots of questions coming in. Nothing worse than seeing a piece of cork rolling around at the bottom of the bottle. Needs more booze. Right, it's annoying, but won't kill you. Right, correct me if I'm wrong, but a drink gets put in a real blender. Yeah, I said that. Right, let's skip through there. Right, I didn't spank it. No. Question. Mint syrup, right, I've seen that. Chemical, right, here we go. There's a chemical process with citrus that prevents it from becoming bitter when properly shredded. Science, get him, get the science geek. I bet he's seen that on YouTube. Maybe bitter. What about just using a polo? Yeah, if you're going to use a NutriBullet, just or polo. What's the other one? Like a spearmint. Is it spearmint? The solid ones. What are they? The slightly more chewy ones. You could kind of like ever so slightly more chewy ones. You could do those. Kevin, does mint go up the straw when blitzed? Probably. Yeah, a little bit. When it's like if you've got to do a proper blender like a NutriBullet or a proper blender, then the mint will be tiny. And yeah, it will go. Especially it'll go up those fat boys like that. It may not go. Oh, hang on. Let's get rid of. Let's hide that. It probably won't go up the little tiddly ones like that, but it will definitely go up the big holes like that. Question. Thank you. How far? I'm guessing the stream. I'm guessing I'm probably a good 45 seconds ahead of you guys tonight. It's normally like 10 or 15 seconds, but I'm guessing I'm a bit further ahead than you guys. So yeah, really like that. Some cracking cocktails here tonight. I don't think that needs. I was going to do it like a dark rum or like a black rum in that. Maybe even like a black top. But no, I really like the Pussers spiced. Really like that. Right. Now we are going to get on to, hang on, let me just put this away. Now we're going to get on to this week's rum of the week. We might get a chance to do something else before 10 o'clock. We're banging through these. Right, graphics. Let's put this up on screen. Rum review just for 2 seconds, just while I dump this over there and clean my little station up. So I've got time to drink some rum. Ching, ching, ching. Whack that on the floor. That'll do. I need to get a little cloth, but you can come back on screen. There we go. Let's just whack that. Otherwise, I'm going to get sticky elbows. There we go. Lovely jubbly. Mint can go down there. Nice. Right. Perfect. Perfect. So, this week's rum of the week, as chosen by Trevor. And I have got other rums here I could have done, but the thing is I kind of promised that they've been sent, but I kind of promised them dates already. So I just kept this rum because the other rums, they were kind of expecting it next week or the week after or the week after that. So I've kept the Pussers in there. I could have done the Plantation or something like that, to be fair, but I've kept the Pussers 15. No doubt, when Trevor does get better and come on, no doubt we've got some more matching rums that we can do, so that's fine. So, the Pussers 15-year-old. Still 7 minutes. Doing well. 8 minutes. So, the Pussers 15-year-old. I'm going to get this ready because I think I've got this ready to go. He says, Pussers, no samples. I'm sure I had this ready to go. Pussers. Where is it? There it is. 15-year-old. Boom. Right. So, this has been rated 25 times and scored an average of 75 out of 100 so far on the old RumX app. And if you're just joining us, got some big numbers on here tonight. If you're just joining us, it's the kind of app every time. One of these days I'm going to get that right. This is the app that I kind of use. For those of you just joining us, it's available in Europe. Hello, Oliver, again. I spoke about him at the start of the show. He's now just quit his job, apparently, and now he's putting all his time into RumX. It's his full-time thing, I think. So hopefully, very soon, it'll be coming over to the US and Canada and all those other places as well. Awesome app. You can go online. It's not quite as in-depth online, but it's a cracking one. So I use the app to kind of rate, review them, and kind of the tasting notes and all that sort of stuff. So... back to that. Right, so 75 out of 100 is an average score. I'm just going to read you the bit of blurb on the back of the bottle. It's the same as on the website. There's no more information really about it. Let me come down here. Yeah, there's absolutely no more information. It's carbon copy, literally, nearly, on the website. So, the Royal Navy Admiralty approved a blend of Pussers aged 15 years in heavily... That don't make sense. Start again, Barman. Start again. I swear I'm not dyslexic, but I am sometimes. Right, the Royal Navy Admiralty approved a blend of Pussers aged 15 years is heavily... There should be a comma in there. That's what's going wrong. Right, that's what... I'm going to repunctuate the back of the label. The Royal Navy Admiralty approved blend of Pussers aged 15 years is heavily influenced by the rum from the double wooden pot stills of the Port Morant Guyana. Which have been in production since 1732. The green heart staves of these historic stills provide unique tasting notes incomparable to those of modern metal stills, giving way to an unparalleled and authentic drinking experience, a remarkably smooth and highly decorated spirit best enjoyed neat. Of course, a lot of long words at the start there. Did you get that? Hopefully you got that. Basically, long story short, Guyana, DDL, Port Morant, there is other like Versailles and Saval in there as well, but it's heavily influenced, which I'm assuming means over 50% of Port Morant. I'm assuming that's what it means. But there's no official kind of blending notes of, say, like 75% Port Morant and then 10% Versailles, 15% Saval. So yeah, heavily influenced. Just to me, my interpretation means slightly over 50% of, or over 50%. That's all I'm taking for that. But Port Morant, for those of you that don't know, is it's the world famous. It's the wooden pot still in Guyana. It's really renowned for those kind of the dark, the heavy Demerara kind of rums. That's where they all sort of come from. All right. So Port Morant wooden pot still. All right. So I think that's all I can tell you. 15-year-old, aged in charred oak barrels. So let's cracketh honest. Put your teeth back in. Now try Fernet instead of mint in one. Old Bones. Hello, Old Bones. I've been drinking dark rum for 35 years and this channel is an eye-opener for me. Thank you, Old Bones. Old Bones, where are you? Old Bones, you sound like you should be friends with Windy. Windy, come and make friends with Old Bones. You two, I think, should be brothers from another mother's. So, Old Bones, lovely. Let us know where you are, my friends. Let us know. Ramon, hello, Ramon in Cuba. Oliver Henry, yeah, I'm a big fan of what he's doing. This is genius, you know, absolutely genius. Genius app. Right, so I'll tell you what, so as I don't, it's washed out, but I need some more water. Tell you what I'm going to do, I'm going to fill that with water. Right. There we go. So, nice, decent glug of Pussers 15-year-old. Let's have a little, so I'm going to click the magical button to taste it. So, for those of you coming on again, we have got, the first thing we've got to do, if you weren't here earlier, we've got to select the colour. And I'll just give you a close, I haven't got the thing on screen there. So we've got Pussers 15, that's what it looks like. Right, okay. So I've got to select the colour. This is the only thing about this app that I'm kind of, and it's probably the colour calibration of the screens more than anything. But most rums I'm kind of trying are kind of right down there with treacle. Like if you look at that on screen, it's kind of really right down the bottom of treacle. But I think in actual fact, it probably should be up here somewhere. Again, probably mahogany, because if I'm calling that treacle, then what the hell am I calling like the Pussers 151? What the hell am I calling the Goslings is going to be black? I mean, there's no other way around that. But yeah, that's the only thing. I think it needs a couple more sort of colour, darker colours in between there. But at the moment, I would kind of put it, I'm going to go Old Oak. That's what I'm going to call for this one. I'm probably miles out to what it actually probably is, but Old Oak. So, nosing. Whew. Oh, I tell you what, that's massively different to the Dictador I did earlier. That flipping reminds me of cigars, that does. Cigars, wood. Like wet wood. Massive cigar notes on there. I'm just looking up here of what people have got. So this is what other people's tasting notes they put into the Rum X app. Prunes, fruits, spicy, caramelised, oak, anise, woody, spice and burnt sugar. So far my two are not up there. Well, I suppose they are, woody and oak. I've kind of put wet wood. But definitely cigars. Definitely that sort of tobacco kind of vibes off there. Cherry. Just kind of, oh, like a subtle hint of cherry on that. Cherry tobacco. And I only, because one of the bars I used to work in back in the day, there used to be, it was one of the Cambridge University bars, and they had the pipes, and he used to smoke cherry tobacco. And that's what that reminds me of. And just wet wood. I'm not getting, I wouldn't say prunes. I mean, that might be the prunes. But definitely for me, I don't get the anise either. Spicy, I'm not getting too much spicy. Or maybe. Let's get my nostrils right in there. Cool. Gets you, when you breathe out, when it gets you, hits you in the eyes. Whew, the alcohol. Maybe a touch of spice, not too much. But I'm struggling to pick out, or maybe sort of toffee notes off that. Toffee caramel sort of notes, but wet wood, 100%. And I'm sticking with that cherry tobacco. That's kind of what I'm saying, or cherry cigars. Cherry cigars are not a thing, but you know what I mean. Cherry tobacco. That's what I'm sticking with for that. Right, let me do that first. I bet someone's not done that before, have they? Cherry tobacco. No, there's cherry. Cherry wood. Oh, interesting. Cherry wood. Where does cherry wood come from? Just because of that, I'm going to click that. Cherry wood. That's what I'm going to do. Woody. Is there a wet wood? Wet. No. Okay, I'll have to go wood then. So cedarwood, sandalwood, woody. I'm going to put woody for that. What else did I say? Cigars, cigar. I'm sticking with this cigar thing. I'm only putting 3. That's kind of caramel. I want caramel in there as well. Bit of caramel. Caramelized caramel. There we go. Right, done. That's what I'm happy with. Right, now we do this. For those of you joining, these scores on the doors out of 5. So all these are done on 5. So we've got fruit, we've got floral, we've got spices. We've got woody, we've got roasted, and we've got round. So we have to score those out of 5. So fruitiness on there. I'm looking at what people have done here. So fruitiness, the average is 2 out of 5. Because of those cherry notes, I'm inclined to agree with that, actually. This is where I kind of want to give it a 1.5, or maybe like a 3 out of 10, if you know what I mean. I can't do that. But I think a 3 out of 10 suits it better than a 2 out of 5, if you know what I mean. But I keep saying that every week. It's the only change I'd really make to that app is possibly like, I understand why it is 5s and you can't do the halves. So I completely get it. But it just, you know, I think you, I don't know, who am I to talk? I'm a novice at all this. So I'll shut up, I'll pipe down. Fruit, I'll agree. I'm going for 2 out of 5. Floral, no, absolutely 0 floral. What's other ones put? 1. No, I'm not giving it any floral. Spices. I'm going to go 1 for spices. What have we got in there? 2. No, I'm sticking with 1. Woody. Right, I'm going 4. I'm going up to 4 for woody. I have to. What's people? 1? 1 out of... No. Absolutely no chance. Average 1 out of 5? No, I'm not having that. 4. I'm sticking with 4. That's as woody as I've kind of, or wet wood as I've smelt. I'm happy with my 4 on that. Right, roasted. What have we got in here? I'm going to have to give that a 3 for roasted sortness. And again, that's scored 2. Interesting. People think it's more roasted than woody. Interesting. Roundness, because it's got that nice kind of... sort of subtle fruitiness to it, but kind of those woody, you know, and a little bit of spice. I'm giving that a 3 out of there. So I'm kind of happy with that. Right, tasting. Oh, let's go back to the comments. Do you know what? Noswad, it was pointed out to me after the live stream that your name is Ian Dawson. I never would have got that. Absolutely never would have got that in a million years last week and the week before, whatever it was. So hello, Ian. I like what you've done there. That's really good. These tasting glasses were sent to me. Stefan's just uploaded. I've not got a thing on. I'll do it after this because the stream will get a little bit glitchy. But Stefan's just uploaded a load of corks, a picture of corks to the Discord. So the tasting glasses, Drink Stuff sell these. These were donated to me by my good friends at Skylark. So the Compañeros, the Black Tears, the tasting set that I've been doing the last sort of few weeks as well. Good old Black Tears lot. The XO Rums as well. So I've got 2 of these. But Drink Stuff sell them. I think these are the nude ones. They're slightly out of stock at the moment, Drink Stuff. I am looking, because I've got loads of these, right? These are pretty good. I'd recommend these, to be fair. But what I do notice with these, because they are smaller, narrow, hang on. Can we see that? Let's go that way. Look. Can you see? There we go. Can you see that? Look? So there's smaller openings at the top. If I go that side, than that. I do find it easier to pick out aromas with the smaller things. But what I do like a stem. So I'm looking, if I could find, I think Trevor's picked some up on Amazon. I couldn't, there's none really, well, unless I do sort of 6-week delivery. I would love this shape on a little stem. Glencairn is obviously a great website to do this. Glencairn is actually an official whiskey tasting glasses. And they've got a little base, but I do like little stems. So I'm on that eternal hunt for like a really sexy tasting glass, but with a nice little stem on it like that. That's what I'm hunting for. I'm trying to pester Drink Stuff to kind of source some. But there again, I only need a few. I don't want like a case of 200, so... yeah, hopefully it answers that. Old Bones, going to get some Pussers Rum soon. I have a few bottles, gunpowder proof. Old Bones is in Aberdeen, Scotland. Hello, Old Bones. Right. Bonfire Toffee from Ian. David, where can I... That's what I just answered. Decky, Master of Malt. Do you know what? I've never looked at glasses of Master of Malt. That would be the obvious place because they are malt whiskey suppliers. Well, the obvious place is obviously Drink Stuff. Go to Drink Stuff first and foremost. Drink Stuff have got a ton of different whiskey tasting glasses, even the Glencairns, even the ones with lids on as well. You know, they've got proper tasting glasses. I'm just on the hunt for these shape with a stem. They would be amazing. I kind of love that. And they're only like 4 ounces, if that. They're not huge ones, whereas these are kind of 6, maybe, yeah, I think these are 6 ounce glasses, so quite big. But I mean, they're cheap. You get a box. You can get a box of 6 of those for the price of one of those. That's the difference. All right. So these are quite cheap. These are the standard ISO ones, tasting glasses, universally known for tasting all around the world. Standard ISO ones. Official tasting glasses for like awards and all that sort of stuff. But I really do like these. The narrow opening, the big bowl at the bottom with the narrow opening, is really, really good. Really different. Right. Oh yeah, I didn't do the price of this, did I? I tell you what, so you're all here. Kevin, logged out price of Pussers, Kevin is on it. Kevin, logged out price of Pussers 15-year-old. I've got a funny feeling it's about £62, but don't hold me to that. So Kevin, someone will come up, or anyone else, to be fair, Master of Malt UK, whack in the Pussers 15-year-old price. Right. Stefan, Glencairn glass of the stem ones is great, but they fit upside down. Rack in, sell the other glasses. Right, okay. Price for that bottle. Yeah, Ramon, hopefully we're on it. Sorry, I completely forgot this. Right, let's get on and taste it. Okay, I've got really dry, fine. And lubricate my insides. Cool. That is completely different to the Dictador earlier, in the way that Dictador was like really fruity, sweet tasting. This is actually really, really nice. Definitely, if you're a whiskey fan, this is right up your street. I kind of get those bourbon notes. I kind of get the whiskey kind of barrel aging going on, the oak notes. I get spice, nice. I tell you what, for me, right, I get those kind of peppery vibes off the Dawley's stuff. And I really do rate the Dawley's 12-year-old. I really do like that. But I think the Pussers, because of the Port Morant still, I think just gives that sort of whiskey vibe to a rum. I think that takes it to a whole different level. The finish, as it lengthens out, I definitely get sort of like burnt sugar, caramelised kind of, or toffee. I don't know what bonfire toffee was. I don't know kind of how to justify that, but definitely kind of burnt toffee vibes on the finish and that sort of down there. That's really nice. Tiny little hint of sort of peppery spice in there. No vanilla. Hang on, I need to scroll down. What are other people getting off this? Woody, licorice. No, licorice. No licorice. Dried fruit. Dried fruit is a good shout. It's not prominent, but yes, I can see what they're saying from there. Rounded, spicy, caramel, full-bodied. That's a great shout. Prunes and toasted. I don't know what it is with prunes. I'm not going down the prune route. Woody, 100% agree with. It's kind of generic for a lot of rums, but that is, in the way it smelt of wet wood, it doesn't taste of wet wood. It tastes very much whiskey, as in a barrel aged. Yeah, if you know what I mean. That's kind of what I mean for that. You can tell it's sort of whiskey. What's it aged in? Aged in charred oak barrels. I would assume they're whiskey barrels that have been used. I'm assuming they're not kind of fresh oak barrels. I don't know. Just from the vibes I'm getting off the rum. I don't get the fruit. I've not looked at the the wheel yet. The wheel's just right at the bottom of the screen. I've not looked at that for a different sort of sweetness and things there. It's a little subtle hint of sweetness to it, but not too much. I already know what I'm going to give this sweetness. I would genuinely give this about a 1 out of 5 on sweetness. And tannin wise, I think this is the best way. I've started using that in the last couple of weeks, but tannin wise, you know when you drink red wine and you get those tannins that sort of cling to your gums? I get a lot of that from this. Really round the bottom gums. That is delicious. Whiskey drinkers and like proper. This is a rum for like real proper rum lovers. Really real rum lovers. Like when you go down your journey and you kind of get past those all the sort of 5-8-year-olds that we've got. That's interesting. Would I think that? Sorry, I've just seen the 8-year-olds and thinking, would I justify that as a 15-year-old? I think the 15-year-old, I think that's why logically speaking, it's the evidence of all those extra sort of woody, oaky notes coming out. Obviously, it spent 15 years in that barrel. So that's where those kind of woody, roasted notes come from. So, yeah. But this is the interesting one, because I do get kind of like real big woody vibes off like the Eldorado 5-year-old, the Eldorado 8-year-old as well, to be fair. But again, obviously the Port Morant still. Sorry, I'm just all the ideas are floating around. Obviously the Port Morant still is a wood still. So that's why I kind of get them off the Eldorado 8-year-old as well. That's interesting. I'm just thinking, I did a video, basically I did a 12-year-old video yesterday as well, the sort of 12-year-old rums, and the Dawleys was in that. And they put the Dawleys down as kind of like the woodiest out of all the oaky. Thinking about it now, it's the one I would sort of think it was the most aged in oak barrels because it had the biggest sort of woody, oaky notes to it. But that is like on top of it, if you know what I mean, or extra. Right, let's go on. Enough waffle. Let's get on and taste it. So, tasting notes. What we got? Woody licorice. I'm 100% agreeing with the woody. I'm gonna whack that woody up now. Licorice, dried fruit. No licorice. I don't know who's getting licorice on there. 6 people have said licorice. Even taking a little tiny sip on your tongue. No licorice. Definitely not any licorice there. I need to add in, I'm going caramel and I'm going to toffee. Or foffy, as we like to call it these days. Toffee. I don't know what cream toffee is. I need to go and Google cream toffee. Is cream toffee fudge? Because obviously this is quite heavily German and European influenced. Is cream toffee fudge? Is that what we call it? I don't know what cream toffee is. I'm going to whack the spices. It's not peppery spice. There's spice to it. I can't pick it. Licorice comes under spice. Interesting. I don't know what spice to go for. I just want spice. Because I can't pick the spices. Done. What else? What else have I got? Woody, caramel, toffee, spice. I do want a bit of dried fruit. I'm going to bit of dried fruit. I'm going to happy with that. That's where I'm going to stick. Right, sweetness. It finishes quite, but I would put that down to the rounded. I'm going 1 out of 5 for sweetness. Fruit. 1 out of 5 for fruit. Floral, zip. There's no floralness to it at all. Spices. I would go say it's more spice than fruit. So I'm going 2 on there. Woody, I've got to go up to. God knows what they've done on the wheel. I want to go 4, but knowing what people are putting, I'm putting 4. I'm putting 4. Roasted, I'm putting 4. Rounded, I'm putting 3. That's really, really rounded. Right, let's see what others have done. Right, sweetness, 2 out of 5. What did I put? 1. I don't think 2 out of 5. I think that's pushing it at 2 out of 5, comparing that to other rums that I've done. So I'm sticking with 1. Fruit, they've put 2. I've put 1. I'm sticking with that. Floral, 1 out of 5. I've put nothing. I'm sticking with nothing. There's no floralness to it. Spices, 2. Agree, 2. Right, woody, 2. We're on a giraffe. I'm sticking with 4. Roasted, 2. I'm sticking with 4. And rounded. Bearing in mind, I'm probably judging these on rums that I've tasted behind me. So if I'm comparing that as a 4 to like the Dawley's 12-year-old, like the El Dorado 12, like the Flor de Carne 12, you know, that would be my experience. I'm betting you if I went down the Foursquare route, for instance, or even some of the older Trinidad rums like Angosturias, the old like 1824s and all that. What else? Don't know, but I'm guessing when I get down those more expensive rums, I'm guessing when I taste that again, actually that's not as woody and oaky as I think. But for the moment, for me in my journey, that's got to be the most, you know, oak aged rum that I've tasted. So I have to at the moment give it a 4. But I wouldn't mind betting you, as my palate changes, as I acclimatise to more rums, that 4 then becomes a 3, then becomes a 2. I'm thinking, wow, that's nowhere near as oaky as this, which then, of course, brings all that down as well, which is going to get quite fascinating as well. Right, so, and then rounded, 1, 2, 3. Again, agree with that. So I've scored it higher on woody and roasted than anyone else, but I don't care because I'm happy with that. The finish, definitely a long finish. Really, really long finish. What are people getting on the finish? Woody, honey, mocha, minty. I don't get mint on the finish. Yeah, I've just had a mint cocktail. Minty and licorice. I don't know what it is with this mint and licorice. No, no, no. Mocha's quite an interesting one. I kind of like that. Chocolate and coffee. That's not a bad shout. Definitely woody though. I'm agreeing with that. We should put oak really, because I can definitely 100% get oak from that. Can I put whiskey? Is that right to put whiskey? I'm going to put whiskey. Whiskey. Someone else has already put it because it's there, so I'm going to do it. Whiskey. I'm quite happy with whiskey. Spicy caramel's a good shout. I like caramel. Sugar, no, caramel, spicy, little bit of spice, Let's go spice, spice. Boom, done, happy with that. Now, I've got to score it. I've completely forgot what people had scored this. Right, let's go. So, 70, where is it? 70 to 79 is good. 80 to 89 is very good. For me, it has to be very good. Is it excellent? I think for me at the moment, it's not excellent because I'm not probably... How can I best describe this? If I'm sitting here and want a rum every night, this is probably not a rum that I would pick up every night. However, that Dictador would be. The Insolent would be a rum that I kind of quite happily go to every night. The Plantation I would quite happily go to every night. The XO. The Black Tot I quite happily go to. So for me, I'm not at that stage yet. I think my palate needs to develop a lot more before that becomes like the rum that I just grab. It's a stunning rum, but for me, it's not. I'm not quite there yet. So I appreciate how good it is, but I still have to give it a very good. So I'm going to go middle of the road for that. I'm going to go 85, or apparently 86. Oh, no, I've got 85. I'm quite happy with 85. And I can only see, as I get even older and get into more expensive rums, I can see myself absolutely falling in love with that. It's proper tasty, but as you can tell, you know, I've not polished that off as quickly as I polished off the Insolent and the Dictador. Did we get a price in this, by the way? Hang on, let's go back. Oh, 47.21 plus VAT. That's got to be trade price. That can't be. Did we get a price? Anyone put that there? Let's log out. That can't be. That has to be trade price, because I know my affiliate price. Master of Malt. There we go. Right. Pussers. Oh, cookies. It's the only problem when you flip and go incognito. Pussers. Run by Pussers. Where is it? That one there. 62.99. 62.99. So what's that? What's the difference between? I'm going to give you a little insight here. Trade versus. Yes. See. Oh, Kevin's put it there. Sorry, Kevin. A couple of lines down. Sorry, I didn't see that. So trade, you're saving yourself £8 nearly. That's quite funny. And affiliate is a little bit less. So yeah, if you've got a business, hook yourselves up with a trade account, because that's quite a healthy saving on that. But yeah, 62.99. Sorry, Kevin, I did see that there. Right, I don't like saying this, but I've tried 15 at NRB. I'm not actually very keen on it. Totally disappointed. It might just be that I'm not ready for all the older stuff. Claire, I think I've just literally said that. I think. Oh, Jesus, that was 15 minutes ago. Sorry, Claire. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I love it. I absolutely love it, and I get why it's well loved. But I completely agree. I'm probably not quite there with it yet. I'm quite happy with the Dawley's 12. For me, the Dawley's 12 has probably overtaken the Eldorado 12-year-old. I'm quite happy with the Flor de Carnia 12. I really like that. I'm not ready for the Flor de Carnia 18 yet. That's a good shout. You know, I've got this, and I know full well that this, the Flor de Carnia 18, I fully appreciate how good this stuff is. What have we got time? We've got, we'll see. I'll dive into some questions. I fully appreciate how good the Flor de Carnia 18 is, but for me, I'm not quite there yet. It's good though. It's actually, I'd say it's actually not as feisty as the Pussers, the 18. Actually, drinking that side by side makes the Flor de Carnia 18 really quite drinkable, actually. But I was having this chat in the comments of videos the other day, because I said in the video, I forget which one it was now, I said in the video, for me, the Eldorado 12-year-old is like the pinnacle of the range. Well, it is for me. The 15, the 21-year-old, I get it, I appreciate, I like them, but they're nowhere near as good as the Eldorado 12-year-old for me at this precise moment. So yeah, I'm going to save that. Right. Tasting added. Happy days. So I scored it. Oh, there we go. So I scored it 85. Did I score 85? I didn't score 85, did I? Very good. Oh, I did score 85. Okay. 85. Happy with that. Very good. But it's average 75. 26 people have rated it 75 out of 100 on average. I can see the spread actually. Here we go. I can see the spread now. So one person has given it in 50s. 2 people have given it in the 60s. 16 people have given it in the 70s. And 7 people have given it in the 80s. So there we go. Oh, hang on. Let me go back to the Dictador. That's quite interesting. Dictador. I forgot about the old spread. Right, hang on. The Insolent. Right, let's go into the spread. 46 rate. Wow, here we go. So, the Dictador Insolent that I tasted earlier. How many people? So, 46 ratings, averaged 82. And spread, 1 in the 50s, 3 in the 60s, 8 in the 70s, 28 in the 80s, and 6 in the 90s. So yeah, 28 out of, what was it, 46. 28 out of 46 have put the Dictador in the high 80s. That's quite interesting. Right, but yeah, I'm quite happy with that. It's really good rum. 63. So yeah, coming back to it, £63. Would I buy that? Not at this precise moment. Purely because I think my palate still probably needs another year. Maybe 6 months. The rate has changed over the last 6 months. Maybe just 6 months or so. And that will last, you know. But I think Trevor, I'm not sure whether Trevor's still here or he's falling asleep or however he's feeling, but I think Trevor, coming from whiskey into rum, whereas I didn't come from whiskey. I don't like whiskey, so I come from the other side of it. I have a funny feeling that Trevor might love this way more than me, because I know some of the rums he's been drinking. Some of the Chairman's, not the Chairman's Reserve, what's the Admiral Rodney's, for instance, some of those extra rums. And I've got a funny feeling his palate is there. His palate is totally ready for that. But he was a whiskey lover or a bourbon lover or a rye lover or whatever, whereas I'm not. I'm not coming from that world. So that'll be kind of interesting. We'll perhaps ask him again when he's feeling a bit better. Right, let's scroll back through this. I'm going to get this back up. That's the end of my doodahs, tastings. So, have I got a Q&A? No, I've not got a Q&A. What happened to my Q&A little sticky thing? Oh, that's a bit stupid, isn't it? I've got no little timestamp thing for that. Right, so let me dive through. It's question times for about 15, 16, 17 minutes before we dive into the lounge, the members only lounge afterwards for our little after show party. So any questions up there? I'll get one of these that way round. I'll get that right this time. There we go. Any questions? Look, whack the question in capital letters, and we shall pile through them. So I am literally looking at comments now at, there's a big gap, 6-7 minutes without questions. So I'm going back to 9:25. So where are we? About 15 minutes ago. So question, fishing with beauty. Oh, hang on, sorry, Ian. Bonfire toffee, also known as cinder toffee, burnt, dark, sugary taste. Never had a cinder toffee either. That's a completely new one on me. Ramon, Steve compared to Havana 15-year-old. No, I haven't. Havana 15-year-old might be a really good, that might be a decent video to do. That's, Ramon, slide into, or someone else, remind me, I can't pin that. I think I need to add that. Hang on, let me email myself. That's a great shout for a future video. Email me, have 15 versus Pussers 15. There we go. There we go, Ramon. That's I've emailed myself, so I've got that in my little storage for notes. I reckon possibly by June, July time, that could be a great video. And if there's any other 15-year-olds around that kind of range, Eldorado 15, yeah, that might be a good one to work up to. I think I just need a few more months at sort of getting towards the sort of 8, 10, 12-year-old rums and kind of sort of seeing my way around them. I still don't really want to go over £50 at this precise moment. I'm still quite happy like looking at rums under £50 because there's a lot of mileage in them, a lot of, no one's really talking about them. You know, everyone goes onto these big sipping rums, which is great, but I do really want to focus on, like, there's so many countries. I haven't even gone down Panama route yet, or like Central Americas or anything like that, under 12-year-old, under 50 quid. So there's still a whole load of rums to do before I personally want to move up in price. I really do want to, and I know we did this purely because me and Trevor have both got a bowl, but I really do want to stick to rums under £50 at the moment, and I want to explore the different avenues, like the different countries, the different islands. I want to go, where are we? East as well. East for me, I like so like Fiji and Australia and all those kind of rums. Africa, I want to kind of get into those and get into the Central American rums and even some of the US rums, to be fair. I want to get into those before I move up above 50 quid. I want to really kind of see what's out there under 50 quid, the entry levels, because 50 quid has got to be a pretty decent entry level, to be fair. I think that's quite good. A lot of you go in at sort of 20, 25, but I think £50 is a decent amount of money. To go pay over 50 quid at the moment, I think is a bit too much. So yeah, but that's a great shout. I kind of like that. Dawley's 12. So hang on, I've skipped past a load of stuff. Where do we get to? Fishing with beauty. That's what I kind of shout out a minute. How do you compare Pussers? How do you compare Pussers 15 to the Plantation XO and the family? Right, first off, Gosling's Family Reserve. Never had it. I can't possibly tell you. What's all that? Oh, look, I'm dictating to myself. Look at all that, look. That, I might email that to myself. Right, stop. I don't know what I've said. Send. It's my little app. Because when I'm walking, I always have little ideas. Well, I do like a 5 mile walk every morning. When I have ideas, I've got a little app. It just says email me quick, straight into my, and it's all set up. So straight into a different inbox where all my ideas are. So I can see what sort of waffle I've just done then. Right, get back to it. Gosling's Family Reserve. Never had it. Yeah, I'm just checking it wasn't that. Of course it's not. That's the place. Never had Goslings. Comparing the Pussers to the Plantation XO, I think I kind of covered that in the tasting. Plantation XO, for me, a lot fruitier, obviously sweeter. Unofficial, by the way, I didn't add this in, but unofficial, I think the Pussers has got 6 grams of sugar. Don't hold me to that. That would probably be a hydrometer test from one of the reviewers. And it might be completely wrong. It might be no added sugar. I don't know. But hydrometer tests are coming out roughly about 6. So I don't know. But the point to that is that Plantation does make available the full 20. So there's 20 grams of sugar in that. And we know that because Plantation are very open and honest. The 20 grams comes from Plantation. They tell you there's 20 grams in there. Whereas the 6, if there is 6 in that, will be a hydrometer test. As I say, I don't know. I don't know whether it's sweetened. I don't know. I really don't. But that's what hydrometer tests are coming back at on that. So the difference is woody, oaky, whiskey, burnt kind of toffee from that. A touch of wood, a touch of sort of oakiness to it. Obviously, you've got slightly longer aged rums in there as well, but flipping soft fruit, banana, coconut, sort of like a pineapple vibe in there. Bit of toffee, bit of caramel in there as well. That's completely different. It's a lighter style. Almost for me, Spanish column style rums. I find it that light. And it was interesting doing that video, comparing it the El Dorado 12, the Dawley's 12, the Flor de Caña 12. What's the other one? Oh, the Appleton 12. The Appleton 12, that was it. Putting it in there, it was like the lightest one out of the lot. So comparing those two, like chalk and cheese. Absolutely like chalk and cheese. Sorry, I should have put Fishing with Beauty. I should have put your name up on screen. There we go. Chat. Let's scroll back up here. Let's give you, right, hang on. Let's scroll back down to new messages and let's scroll up. We've got to give you 5 minutes of fame, ain't we? Chalk and cheese. Chalk and cheese. Fishing with Beauty. Right, I can't even find it now. 21:37. What time is it? 21:29. So I've got to go back up here. 29. Oh, I'm faffing around, didn't I? I can't see it. Why is it 9:29? Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Jeez. Oh, I'm faffing around now. I can't find it. There it is. There it is. Right, there you go. There's your 5 minutes of fame. Boom. Fishing with Beauty. There you go. Right. Henry, what's the ABV? Pussers is 40. Has to be. Yeah, 40% ABV. What else? Right, let's hide that now and come down there. Right. K, I love whiskey or spirits. So any more questions? I saw a few questions, capital letter questions here. Where are we? K's on my Veritas, still chatting. Even Windy. I haven't seen Windy. Is Windy here? Where's Windy? Has Windy succumbed as well? I swear I saw some questions, capital letter questions. I'm sorry, I can't see them anymore. Too much pine for me. Pine. Right, okay. So I think that's all the questions on there. Right, so let me just go back through the comments. Steve comes from gin. I kind of do. I did. It wasn't that I liked gin. It was just the fact that I was doing gin to make money. Gin tasting nights were the big thing. So, you know, I kind of immersed myself in the gin world. I actually come from spiced rum. That's where I come from. That's my thing. It always has been. But the whole gin thing was because I did gin tasting notes for 3 or 4 years, because it was the massive thing. But yeah, cocktails with spiced rum. That's actually where I come from. So spiced rum versus whiskey, you can tell I'm coming from a completely different angle. Right, spirits, darker one. Decky, too much. Right, Decky, too much pine. Oh, in gin. Yeah, I think so. Right, I'm guessing that's what that was. Cinder Toffee is in a crunchy bar. Cinder Toffee is in a crunchy bar. Cinder Toffee's crunchy bar's honeycomb. That's confused. Claire, massive thank you to. Let's put Lee's name up in lights. 2144. So let's scroll through. 2144. Let's scroll forward here. 2144. There we go. Massive shout out to Lee at Lost Years. He's a wonderful, generous man. I don't know, Lee, I don't know what you've done for our Claire, but thank you. I didn't realise, for some reason, I thought Lee was down near me, sort of Essex, North London way, or just inside the M25. But apparently he's not. Apparently he's over in Shropshire. But I'm going to try and get together at some point. That's a hell of a road trip over there. But you know, Lee is definitely, Lost Years are definitely ones. Along with Two Drifters, along with Scratch, that I'm definitely going to try and meet up with after Easter and get some content, get some videos, get some interviews, get some banter going like that. But yeah, Lee's an awesome one. Lost Years, I really, really kind of rate them. So thank you, Lee, whatever you've done. Not sure what you've done, but thank you. Count me in for Sipping Rums. Dawley's has a 14. Yes, Dawley's does have 14. I've not tried that yet, actually, to be fair. Old Bones, have you tried OVD? No, I haven't tried. Well, I have tried OVD, but years ago. I haven't tried OVD in the last sort of 5-6 years at least. What I remember from it, it wasn't spectacular. It was just like another sort of, for me, in the dark sort of black rum category, I don't think it's going to shift Plantation OD. I don't think it's going to shift Myers at all. Might go up against Goslings. And it certainly ain't going to shift Black Top. And it certainly ain't going to shift Pussers for me. So, yeah. Might revisit that. And Canadian rums. What are the Canadian? So I know Screech. I have got another video planned, actually, Stefan, when I can get them. And it will be quite, it's a tongue-in-cheek, but a serious video as well. I kind of want to get, this is going to be bad. You're going to hate me. Absolutely hate me. I'm going to try and say it without offending. So there's certain comments that I get in videos all the time. Bundy from Australia is one. Captain Morgan's from the Americans is another. Canadians, Screech is another one from that. All right, okay? And in the UK, all the comments are spiced rums. All right, so, but I kind of want to do a video, and I don't know kind of how to position it at the moment, but I kind of want to do, not a head-to-head, but a tasting video of Bundy, Captain Morgan's and Screech. And I know I'm going to offend the Canadians there, thinking Screech is, I don't even know where the Screech has gone now. The Screech is here, look. There's Screech. In my head, and for what people have told me about Screech, I quite rate it, actually, to be fair. It's not a bad rum, but then I kind of like Bundy, to be honest. There's nothing wrong with Bundaberg, Bundy and Coke. But in my head, it's kind of seen as the cheap and cheerful sort of rum, like Captain Morgan's, like Bundy. So I kind of want to do a video comparing those three and any more. So yes, so if there's any other Canadian rums that I'm missing, let me know. Right, really dry. What is in the porcelain? Nothing. They're show pieces. They're antique. What's the words? Decanters. They're decanters, so you put your pussers in there. That's all. I'm not sure what year this one's from, actually. Some of them are like 40s, some of them are 50s, some of them are 60s. I don't know what year this one is. This is... Oh, this has got to be a new one because it's celebrating the Battle of Trafalgar Bicentenary, 1805 to 2005. So this is kind of a new one compared to some of them. I have seen some old ones in there, but this is would be a 2005 bottle. There we go. So I can't claim that's from the 40s or 50s, but it's got 2005 written on there, the bicentenary. Right. Kevin, when I was at NRB, I tried a couple neats. Couldn't even pick a flavour on the nose. Coke. Kate, it's one of my favourites, the 12-year-old Flavoured Rums, but I've not... What? I've no ELD? Eldorado, I'm assuming, of any age. Right, okay. The Flavoured Rums 12-year-old is quite nice, easy going. It's a Spanish style as well. It's kind of light, column still light sort of rum. There's no pot in it at all. There's no blend. It's just like a blend. It's basically a single blended column still rum. So yeah, so Flavoured Rums 12 will be a lot lighter than the Appleton. It'll be a lot lighter than the Eldorados. It'll be a lot lighter than Dawley's, purely for that sort of columns, predominant column still vibes. Right, haggis roll. We got Salford rum at Christmas, absolute favourite now. Is there any others that are similar? Living in Ireland, so Salford is heavily spiced and sweetened. Cracking, you know, it's a decent rum. I've got it down here, to be fair. That white porcelain bottle of Salford. It's decent. It's just a spiced rum. You know, don't think that is not spiced rum. It's a sweetened spiced rum. Higher levels of sugar than your Dictadors and your I keep saying bamboo, Dom Papas and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's kind of sweet. So any sort of spiced rum is going to be that sort of sweetness. Some spiced rums, like your Pussers, aren't as sweet. Your Black Tears are nowhere near as sweet as that. Your Chairman's Reserve is nowhere near as sweet as that, for example. But on the same sort of sweetness levels, you know, Sly Dog's a good shout. The Two Swallows is a good shout. The Bush is a good shout. So all that sort of stuff, you know, any sort of generic spiced rums. Bearing in mind that's got more orange sort of gingery notes to it. All spiced rums are different flavours, that's all. Right, that's that. Put those back there. Right, what else have we got? AVD. I like darker. Where did I get to? Oh, sorry, I scrolled up. Henry, info, Decky is oust. Yeah, I kind of answered that. Lee has given me a bottle of Yabba Dabba Doo. Oh, what? Oh, Lee, what a legend. Lee has given Claire a bottle of Yabba Dabba Doo, or Arabada, sorry. Well, I'll just call it Yabba Dabba Doo now for Dad's Coffin. That's legendary. Cheers, well done, Lee. Well done. Big shout to Lost Cheers, yeah. Lost Cheers. That's the Arabada. Let's give him a close up. Let's give Lee some love. That's the Yabba Dabba Doo rum, as I call it. Really, really nice. I can't actually decide which is my favourite. I really love the complexity of the Four Island rum. That's really nice. But I really love the navy strength. To be fair, the white navy strength. That's a cracker. Yeah, Lee, what a legend. Right, where are we going? Henry, behind every great man is that. I see that. Hang on. Best or worst, that's a video idea. Lambs, yeah, Lambs. Oh, Lambs could be the UK one, couldn't it? Because obviously, if Captain Morgan's is representing Canada, it's representing the US. But I want to be authentic. I want to get US Captain Morgan's. I don't want to do the UK Captain Morgan's. I want to do US Captain Morgan's. Because if I'm getting Screech, I've got Screech. But if I'm going to do that and Bundy, there's no point doing the UK Captain Morgan's. I have to do the US Captain Morgan's. But Lambs would be a great shout because Lambs is the UK one. So Lambs, I like that. Decky, that's a great video. Henry, but yeah, brand building. Lifestyle videos in his distillery. Don't know what that means. Excuse me. Thank you. Benchmarking. It's time to go shopping. Agreed. Question. Kevin. Could you do a World Cup of Rums? Potentially. Potentially do a World Cup of Rums, Kevin. I haven't nearly got enough rums to do a World Cup of rums because it's going to be heavily influenced by Jamaica, Barbados, Cuba. We've got plenty of Cuban rums, plenty of Puerto Rican rums, plenty of Guyanan rums. So even though it looks like I've got a lot, I've probably only got minimal sort of, I mean, that, ignore that, but that is all Jamaican. You know, that is all, well, that's Barbados, more Barbados down there. Guyana. You know, plenty of Guyana. Yeah, so I've got a bit, tiny couple of, I've got a bit of selection, but I think I need to add a bit more. Would it be a fair draw? Right, I'll tell you what we're going to do now. We are going to finish off this live stream, and we are going to go for the members, the membership community. We are going into the Discord. So if you fancy putting your videos on or just having a chat, I will be in there while I'm cleaning up for the after party. I don't know what's coming up on the live show next week. Perhaps I'll sort it out through the week. I've got some other Dram. I'll tell you what I keep wanting to do. It's this one. I've got two. Diplomatico. Oh no, I've got to leave. Well, Diplomatico NRB a couple of weeks ago. That was quite sweet. I've wanted to do this. The Angostura 15-year-old, the 1787. So I'm going to kind of go up there for the Dram. But is that kind of expensive? I don't know. I feel like some of these Drams are getting away from the sort of £50 mark. I don't know. I've got to think about that. I'll let you know through the week. But Tuesday's video is that bamboo video, but it's an interesting twist on the video as well. Kind of trying to put it into perspective of what it is and how it compares. But ultimately, it is a lot of nod to spiced rum in that sort of sense. But there's a bit more to it in that. And then Thursday will be an exclusive members video. Cocktails, hour long. Well, I think it's 55 minutes. Bit of banter, bit of tasting in there as well, and then I'll be back with you on next Sunday. So thank you very much for watching. For those of you here, jump over into the Discord. I'm sure some of the guys will be in there before me, just while I'm swapping over and taking my camera off this. But thanks for watching, and I will see you, if I can find it, I will see you next week. Have a great week. I'll see you soon. 5 minutes later.